I'm 13 News Now meteorologist Evan Stewart. It is Monday afternoon, September 9th, one day before what is traditionally the peak or the average peak of hurricane season, and we have a brand new tropical storm to talk about. That is Tropical Storm Francine spinning here in the Gulf of Mexico. A couple other waves that we're watching in the Atlantic that have a pretty decent shot at development, but the main concern right now is with Francine, which is spinning here off the coast of Mexico with winds of 50 miles per hour. Right now moving ever so slowly to the north-northwest at 5, currently 245 miles southeast of the mouth of the Rio Grande River, or about 480 miles south-southwest of Cameron, Louisiana. Again, not a strong tropical storm yet, but it is going to move over some warm waters here in the western Gulf of Mexico that'll strengthen the storm. Not a lot of wind shear. So we have tropical storm watches up here in yellow. That includes areas just east of Houston. And here in the red, we have hurricane watches, which will likely be upgraded to hurricane warnings later tonight or tomorrow, as we do expect Tropical Storm Francine to intensify into a hurricane. Here's where it's expected to be by Wednesday morning, south of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Again, remember the cone of uncertainty just tracks where that center motion of the storm will be, meaning the center could be closer to this way, which would bring some rough weather towards areas of Houston, or it could be a little farther towards the east. And that's why you can see that hurricane watch extends here well east of where we expect that landfall to be, because there are some indications that maybe that forecast track could shift a little bit towards the east. And always remember that the front right side of the storm is the strongest part, because you have to combine the forward motion as well as the winds with the hurricane. Winds of 85 miles per hour. That's the official forecast. There are some computer models that say this could be a Category 2. One computer model, or a couple of them, say it could even be a Category 3. There is a lot of warm water here in the western Gulf of Mexico. Not as warm as the central and eastern Gulf of Mexico, but certainly enough warm water there that as Francine moves here over the western and northwestern Gulf, that it will likely strengthen. Again, right now, official forecast is for a Category 1 with winds of 85 miles per hour, but that potential is there for an even stronger storm. The other thing to remember, counterclockwise flow will mean that those winds will be coming in this way, and that could push Gulf waters up towards Lake Pontchartrain into areas of New Orleans, which could cause some flooding there. And this area from Houston all the way over towards New Orleans has seen a lot of rain, above average rainfall over the past several weeks. So here we would just add more rain on top of that situation, leading to the possibility of some flooding here through southern Louisiana, not just from the storm surge, but also from the heavy rain. And again, storm surge is a big problem for southern Louisiana as well, especially as you get into some of these marshlands and some of the lower areas there as you head south of New Orleans into some of those southern parishes like Plaquemines Parish and areas south of New Orleans. Eventually, the storm will weaken as it moves over land, pretty much moving right up the Mississippi River by Friday and Saturday as a remnant low here somewhere, maybe close to western parts of Kentucky and Tennessee, somewhere around Bowling Green, southern areas of Missouri, and then up into southern parts there of Indiana and Illinois. So again, a lot to watch here with Tropical Storm Francine. All the computer models in fairly good agreement. There is a little bit of an east and west differential here on the individual computer models. And as far as the ensemble models go, again, a little bit of a bigger spread, but you can see that general idea calls for southern Louisiana. Same thing here with the American model, the GFS. So again, a lot to watch here with Tropical Storm Francine, which will likely become a hurricane. And then as we head farther into the eastern Atlantic, there are two other waves that we're watching. Each have about a 60% chance of development over the next week, moving off towards the northwest. We do have a pretty strong cold front that is sitting off the coastline, so likelihood that both of these systems will turn to the north if they do develop. But that's something, of course, that we will continue to watch, and we'll have constant updates on air and online.